Principal Sahiba, Professor Jasleen Kaurji, dignitaries on the stage and from different institutions, faculty members and my dear students. A very warm greetings to all of you. I am a student of literature, and it is widely believed, and I often talk with Dr. Suman also, that history is the root of all subjects. So I took this opportunity and I'm honored to speak on Rani Jindan, the Rebel Queen, and I congratulate Professor Dr. Karanveer ji for organizing such wonderful seminar. And I also congratulate Head of the Department, Dr. Suman, and Dr. Manmeet Kaur for giving us food of thought. And now I'll go on with my topic. Students, we all have gathered here to felicitate or to pay tribute to unsung heroes of Punjab who have laid their lives or have contributed in one way or another in the struggle of freedom. So one such magnificent historical character is Rani Jindan, the rebel queen of Punjab. As is commonly believed, rather as is common in many historical tales, women have always been pushed to side. They have always been out of picture. So dear students, if I ask you, who is Rani Jindan? And I have been asking this question in my classes, and I would like to share the responses which I have got. And these responses are that she was a very beautiful woman. She was the last queen of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. She was mother of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. And one or two students added to my information from their side that she was daughter of a dog keeper in the Killa of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. That's what most of us know about Maharani Jindan. What about her passions, her dreams, her voices, her fate, her fiery spirit to fight with Britishers who have occupied Punjab? So dear students, before I move on, I will strongly recommend you some of the books, and reading this book would help you to contrive some information or to build some information about Maharani Jindan. And if I request Professor Karanveer, can we play PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it there? Now this is a photo of a painting of Maharani Jindan, which was commissioned by and painted by George Richmond. Can you move on to the next page? Let's move on. Roll kar lo.
Yes.
So these are the books which I'll strongly recommend you. The first book is The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee Devakaruni. The Exile, a novel based on the life of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and it is written by Navtej Sarna. Another very interesting book, and this is the historical account by Priya Atwal, Royals and Rebels, the Rise and Fall of the Sikh Empire. Kushwant Singh has worked a lot, and his very important work, The Fall of the Kingdom of Punjab, and his books on history of Sikhs, 3 volumes. Then I read Shah Muhammad. He was a poet, and he saw himself all those Anglo-Sikh wars, and his work is Jangnama. It is a poetic verse based on the true account. The Story of the Sikh by Sarabjit Singh. Please move on. Kohinoor, The Story of the World's Most Infamous Diamond by William Dalrymple and Anita Anand. These are very interesting books, and I will strongly recommend you to read, and you will come to know a lot about this magnificent character, Maharani Jindan. So there are many more references which I am not going to dwell right now, but when I'll submit my paper, definitely I'll write down these references. Now these books have helped me to explore or elucidate Rani Jindan's amazing meteoric rise from humble background to being the last and the most beloved queen of Maharaja. Maharaja Ranjit Singh, ਜਦੋਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀ 15 ਜਾਂ 16 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੀ, so Maharaja Ranjit Singh happened to meet her. And as I've already told you, कि वो एक बड़े आम सधारण घराने दी सीगी. She was from Gujranwala, which is in Pakistan now. और वो एक dog keeper ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜੇ ਦੇ ਕਿਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹਦੀ ਉਹ ਬੇਟੀ ਸੀ. ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੰਨਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਔਲਖ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਉਹਦਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀਗਾ, he was the perpetrator to present his daughter to Maharaja. And when he met this girl, the Maharaja fell instantly in love with this girl. But this girl was very young, for say 16 or 15 or 16 years. Maharaja sent this girl back to Gujranwala and promised her that when the right time will come, I will marry you. So ਜਦੋਂ 18 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਾ ਹੋਈ ਤਾਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ sword, ਆਪਣੀ ਤਲਵਾਰ as his own symbol ਉਹਦੇ ਘਰ ਭੇਜਿਆ. She married that sword and came back to Maharaja's Killa. Now one of young friends asked me कि madam, अगर महाराजा was so much in love with this girl, क्योंकि पंजाबियों की रिवायत है बड़ी pomp and show, he should have brought her with pomp and splendor. But when you read history and you see things diagonally, ता मैंने कुछ lines तो historical accounts तो पता चला कि महाराजा was at that time involved in some strategic treaty with Britishers, क्योंकि Britishers पूरी तरह ਅੱਖ ਲਾਈ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਸਿੱਖ ਇੰਪਾਇਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਾ ਜਾਈਏ. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਇੰਪਾਇਰ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਕਾਇਮ ਸੀਗਾ, and only this was untouched by the Britishers. So she married him, she came to the Killa, and Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the transformative force in her life. She had spent a lot of time with him during his later years of life. Or Maharaja gave her lot of ammunition. Ammunition ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਭਾਵ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਗੋਲਾ ਬਾਰੂਦ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਬੰਦੂਕਾਂ ਫੜਾਤੀਆਂ. ਅਕਸਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਅਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਰੀ, he's from political science department, ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. Ammunition is knowledge and knowledge is power. So Maharaja gave her lot of ammunition which helped her to survive in later part of her life. Maharaja Ranjit Singh died in 1839 when she was just 21 years and she was left alone with 10 months old son Kuwar Dalip Singh. और उस तो बाद हिस्टोरिकल अकाउंट है कि लाहौर कोर्ट ने बड़ा टर्बुलेंट पीरियड देखा. महाराजा's वजीर ध्यान सिंह डोगरा, he was a very ambitious man और बड़ा दूरदर्शी सी. He knew that Lahore court is going to face turbulent times. और उन्हें दूरदर्शिता देखते हुए, क्योंकि उन्हें पता सीगा कि कोई भी उत्तराधिकारी है उसनू उसकी जान नू खतरा है. So what he did, he sent Maharani Jindan and his 10 months old son to his state in Jammu. Maharani Jindan and Dalip Singh, they lived there for next 5 years. Meanwhile, what happened in Lahore court, Maharaja Khadak Singh, he was the first son of the eldest son of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. He was put on the throne, but he was not that competent as his father was. So what happened? He was an opium eater and had many flaws. But his 19-year-old son, Nonihal Singh, a hot-blooded young boy, he took over the reins of Maharaja Khadak Singh. And it is said that within 17 months of the death of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Maharaja Khadak Singh also died because of slow poisoning. And the other tragedy also occurred on the same day when Maharaja Khadak Singh was cremated. Nonihal Singh, after cremating his father, was coming back to Lahore court. As he entered the Lahore Killa, there is a Roshni Darwaza, it is still there, and the chhajja of that Roshni Darwaza fell on Nonihal Singh and he died on the very spot. And there are many stories, narratives attached to it. So he died there. Now, again, we needed somebody to be on throne. Another son, Maharaja Sher Singh, Kunwar Sher Singh, who was called from Batala, and he was put on the throne, and he took over the throne, and he was a very dashing, handsome, dazzling young man. He was connoisseur of French, Urdu, Persian, English, and Sanskrit, but he also did not prove to be like his father. He was also killed by the Sardars of Sardar Ajit Singh Sandewalia and Laina Singh Sandewalia because of personal enmity. Ajit Singh Sandewalia went to him with a gift, and that gift was double-barreled gun. And he presented that double-barreled gun to him. While presenting him from a very narrow range, he shot him on his chest, and Maharaja Sher Singh died on the spot. And on that very day, Wazir Dhyan Singh was also killed. So a lot of treachery, lot of violence, lot of bloodshed was taking place within the Sikh kingdom. Now when Wazir Dhyan Singh's son, Hira Singh, came to know about it, he said, I'm not going to cremate my father until and unless I take revenge from them. So he went to Khalsa army, and Khalsa army was very powerful at that time, took their assistant and another murders in the Lahore court. Both of them, Ajit Singh Sandewalia, they were Sikh warriors. Laina Singh Sandewalia, they were killed. And Hira Singh appointed himself as Wazir, rather at the back the Khalsa army was there. And they called Dalip Singh and Rani Jindan back from Jammu to Lahore court, and they anointed Dalip Singh as the next Maharaja. So, dear students, it is very important to have little background for us to understand the power of that moment. Rani Jindan Kaur was made regent, and she remained regent from 1843 to 1846. And she proved herself to be very energetic, and a woman with strength of purpose. It is this time Rani Jindan emerged of what we call in 21st century alpha woman. Now, the viziers and courtiers wanted to take power of Rani Jindan and this young boy who was just 5 or 6. They wanted to reduce Dalip Singh, Maharaja Dalip Singh, who was just 5 or 6 years old, as a puppet. And they wanted to enjoy and wanted to be real rulers. But Rani Jindan said that I'm not going to take this. I would never let my child be manipulated by these courtiers. So what she did, she broke traditions. She emerged as a very wise, intelligent and strong woman. Because in Lahore court, it was not considered they never considered that women should come in the open court. They were put behind, even if they come to the court, they were supposed to sit behind the screens. They were supposed to be in veils. So Rani Jindan broke this tradition. She empowers herself with the tool, and the tool was her veil. Veil ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕੁੰਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ elite Punjabi families ਦੀਆਂ ladies ਸੀ ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਕੁੰਡ ਕੱਢਦੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ. So that is veil. Now she empowers herself with that tool, and that tool was her veil. And how she empowered that, court ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ moment of ਕੋਈ crisis ਆਂਦਾ ਸੀ, she used to throw her veil off, and she has addressed Khalsa army many times by throwing off her veil and telling them that you are my family. And because of that, Khalsa army respected her a lot. They called her the mother of Khalsa. So in this way, she emerged herself to be a strong woman and an alpha woman. Here I would also like to draw your attention that she had flaws also. She was not a pure, pristine character. Sometimes we compartmentalize ourselves to be very pure, pristine, mother figure. She had flaws. And which one of us doesn't have? Ma'am Jasreen, she teaches Victorian fiction to PG Department of English. Ma'am, I take liberty to remind you, when we teach Jane Eyre, written by Charlotte Bronte, and there are very important quote which Jane Eyre says to Rochester that I am not an angel and I will not be one till I die. I will be myself. So was Rani Jindan. She was with flaws. Love, she was involved with the courtier Raja Lal Singh. But then that was her personal life. So here I would like to tell you that she was no doubt a dramatic woman. She had strong likes and dislikes. Love, she got widowed at the age of 21. She fell in love with Raja Lal Singh, who was her courtier. She knew that if she ever married him, she could not be queen regent anymore, and her son would be at the mercy of these courtiers. So she took her stand. Another very important thing I would like to draw your attention, that is the Khalsa army. The Khalsa army was a powerful force. Khalsa means pure. And they were 100% loyal to Maharaja Ranjit Singh. What they wanted strong hand to control. Since there were a lot of bloodshed, violence, lot of treachery going on in the court. And it was said कि Khalsa army ਨੂੰ ਜੇ control ਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ dictators control ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ हैं, they are going to topple over Lahore court. But Maharani Jindan at certain point is like, no, I cannot allow the Khalsa to lead. So again I said, lot of bloodshed, treachery, violence went on. And Maharani Jindan, she took all this bravely, fought with her courtiers as well as Britishers quite strongly. Britishers ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਅੱਖ ਲਾਈ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿੰਗਡਮ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਨਫਿਸਕੇਟ ਕਰੀਏ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਰਟੀਅਰਸ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਕਈ ਕੋਰਟੀਅਰਸ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ਰਸ ਨਾਲ ਰਲ ਗਏ। ਸਾਰੀ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ। So what happened? They were instigating these Sikh kingdom. So in the Battle of Sabraun, that is called the first Sikh Anglo War, Rani Jindan took a strong stand, and she fought bravely, and she wanted to do as much as she could and as long as she could, but she was betrayed by her own generals, her lover Raja Lal Singh and another general Tej Singh. And a lot of Sikh artillery shells, they turned out to be defective. Even the gunpowder was replaced by bags of sand. So this was all part of treachery. Shah Muhammad अपनी जंगनामे ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਦੇ हैं कि क्योंकि सिख फौजां ਦਾ मोराल बड़ा हाई ਸੀ, बहुत पावरफुल ਸੀਗੇ और ਉਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਕਮੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ। ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਨਰਲਸ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਨਰਲਸ ਨੇ ਹੀ ਧੱਕਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ, they had to face defeat। और शाह मोहम्मद क्या जानता है कि उन्हें खुद देखा है सारा फर्स्ट सिख एंग्लो सिख वॉर। ही सेज शाह मोहम्मदा एक सरकार वाजो फौजा जित के अंत नूं हारियां। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਫੌਜਾਂ ਜਿੱਤਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਰੀਆਂ why? Because of the treachery within the Sikh kingdom. In 1846, Treaty of Peraval was signed between Britishers and Rani Jindan, and Rani Jindan was deposed. She was deposed from regency. And देखो किस तरह एक औरत दी रेपुटेशन ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਾਏ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। एक colonial discourse फैलना शुरू हो गया। वो colonial की discourse की सीगा कि रानी जिंदा जड़ी है वो morally corrupt है, she is sex addict, she is warmonger, she is she devil. So many stories and narratives were built around her in order to crush her spirit. But Rani Jindan emerged to be a spirited and courageous woman. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਰਾਣੀ ਜਿੰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ 1946 ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਕੁੰਵਰ ਦਲੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੋਂ ਅਲੱਗ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। She is imprisoned in Sheikhupura, which is now somewhere near Lahore, and she stays there. Sheikhupura ਦੇ prison ਤੋਂ ਉਹ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ ਚਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਲਿਖਦੀ ਹੈ, ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਲਿਖਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਿੱਖ ਵਾਰੀਅਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਲਿਖਦੀ ਹੈ, ਆਮ ਜਨਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਲਿਖਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਅਖਬਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਛਪੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ। So in one way or the other way, she was trying to revoke the spirit of people, that whatever we have lost, let's regain. And because of these letters, it is said that the second Anglo-Sikh war happened. Maharani Jindan ने even अपनी जेड़ी property सिगियां वो भी बेचियां। She raised her revenue by in order to support these people, these warriors कि असी अपना Sikh kingdom वापस लेना है from the Britishers. But somehow the Sikh Fauj was defeated. almost in March, term of 1949, term of annexation was set in, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ ਦਲੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਾਜ ਲੈ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕੋਹੀਨੂਰ ਲੈ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਟ੍ਰੇਜਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, and he is handed over to Dr. Logan, who became his guardian. And ਉਹ ਹੌਲੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ ਦਲੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ culturally and mentally colonized ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ कि by 1950 or 51 he changes his religion, he converts himself to Christianity, and in 1853 he went to London and came after in 1861. Meanwhile Rani Jindan, she suffers a lot. शेखुपुरा तो उसनों एक हाई सिक्योरिटी प्रिजन चुनार पोर्ट दे विच कैद कर दिता जाता है और वो चैलेंज करती है, ओपन चैलेंज करती है, लुक एट द स्पिरिट ऑफ दिस वुमन कि मैं इत्थे ज़्यादातर तुसी देर तक मैनू बंदी नहीं बना सकते। 18 दिनों दे विच वो अपना पेस बदल के चुनार पोर्ट तो वो निकल जाती है और जान तो पहले ब्रिटिश सरकार नू चिट्ठी लिख के जाती है, उस विच लिखती है कि तुसी मैनू रोक नहीं सकते, यू कैन नॉट केज मी, और मैं हवा की तरह इत्थों दी निकल जावांगी, चोरां की तरह नहीं। सो उस तो बाद ओदा होर बड़ा आर्डर्स, बड़ा डिफिकल्ट फेस शुरू होता है कि ऑन फुट शी गोज टू नेपाल। कई महीने बेचारी स्ट्रगल करती हुई वो नेपाल पहुंचती है और नेपाल दे विच जंग बहादुर, प्राइम मिनिस्टर जंग बहादुर gave her asylum. तो पंजाबियों, we are indebted to Nepal for this, that they gave asylum to Rani Jindan, a brave and rebel queen of Punjab. जो और next 10 years she stayed there. Next 10 years she stayed there. It is said that 1857 ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਸਟ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਸ ਵਾਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਰੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀ ਜਿੰਦਾ raised money and tried to help and invoke spirit in Sikh warriors. She was sending messages across. और ऐसा ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈ? From the historical account, ਜਦੋਂ ਦੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਸੀਕ੍ਰੇਟ ਏਜੰਟ ਚੇਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਐਂਡ ਜਵਾਲਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਅਰੈਸਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ 1857 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀ ਜਿੰਦਾ ਦੇ ਮੈਸੇजेस ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੀਡਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ। अगले 10 साल वो नेपाल दे विच रहिंदी है। In 1861 Maharaja Dalip Singh sends him a letter. He says that I want to meet you, and the meeting was fixed by Britishers, क्योंकि हाले भी Britishers ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਸੀ कि जे रानी जिंदा पंजाब ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਤੇੜੇ ਆਂਦੀ ਹੈ there would be another mutiny. So what happens? ਰਾਣੀ ਜਿੰਦਾ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੀ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਕੈਲਕਟਾ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਟਲ ਸਪੈਂਸਰ ਹੋਟਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ देयर ਦੇ ਮੀਟ ਈਚ ਅਦਰ ਆਫਟਰ 14 ਇਅਰਸ। 14 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹਨ ਐਂਡ देयर ਦੇ ਡਿਸਾਈਡਡ कि we will stay together now. हालांकि रानी जिंदा hated Britishers, but because of her son she traveled, migrated to London, and in 1863 she died in her sleep at the age of 46. So my dear students, I'll just conclude that Maharani Jindan was a fiery woman. She was a fiery mother who had fought against Britishers, fought against her treacherous courtiers.
She endured banishments and imprisonment and the many